So Octavia, congratulations on the movie. It was
Thank you.
another incredible performance and piece of acting.
Thank you so much.
Do you ever think it's crazy that you and director Tate Taylor were roommates in LA when you were breaking into the industry, and then he directed you in The Help, and then you're reunited again to work on Ma?
Well, Tate and I met as PAs in Mississippi on A Time to Kill, and when we moved out here, we became roommates. But I've worked on everything, all of his short films. The only film I didn't work on was A Girl on the Train. So we've worked together a lot more than people know.
Wow, what an amazing relationship, like friendship.
Yeah, I mean, when you have someone who has your best interest at heart, and it's mutual. We trust each other. He trusts me as an actor. I trust him as a director. I trust him as a writer. I feel fortunate that I get to have that type of work collaboration.
There's no way you guys look like mother and daughter sitting here today, but on screen in Ma, you guys had such great chemistry. How would you describe your relationship as mother and daughter?
I just felt this instant connection with Diana and just her energy, and then we just wanted to really create a realistic portrayal of a mom and daughter who have a strong foundation, who really lean on each other. Yeah. And then also I wanted to find the balance of being protective, but also giving her freedom. So I relied a lot on my friends who I've known forever, raising their kids from little to teenagers, and so I liked utilizing those relationships.
Ooh. So guys, as a group, your acting was so natural and convincing. How did you become such a tight-knit ensemble?
We shot in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi, where there was nothing to do but
bond.
hang out with each other.
Yeah.
So we did every day.
We always got together and, we had dinner.
What you doing this morning?
On set. Yeah, like, what are you guys doing? It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wake up, go to the gym with him, after go eat with everybody.
Yeah.
Sounds like he had a blast on set.
He really did.
It was really nice.
Yeah, it was. Corey always describes it as summer camp, and I agree.
Yeah,
That's how
it felt like a summer camp.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
What did you guys learn from working with Octavia on set?
So much.
Everything.
So
Oh my
much.
goodness.
Yeah.
Here, I think the main thing that I took away was just from watching her work, the way she would lead by example. So every day she would come in and she would be very focused, and she would be very communicative about what she needed that day, and what we could do to help her get there. And I think that's something that I'm learning, personally, just speaking up for myself and asking for what I need. So that was really cool to see that.
And not just what we needed, or not just what she needed, but also what we needed. She would also
and
be
what the scene needed, and what we needed.
She was
for the
super
day.
informative about what needs to happen to make this,
right, because she was watching the dailies every night, so
Yeah.
she'd watch that and then come in with notes and be like, okay, this is here, blah blah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the education that she taught us was ridiculous. She would come in always prepared. Her balance is amazing. Her work and then play action, she knows how to turn it on and off at any moment, and it's something really to just really take in and learn.
Yeah.
How would you describe the duality of your character, Ma?
See, people have been saying that she has this dual personality, and I just think it's just one. I think we all have different faces that we show. She just happens to be a very dangerous, or a very traumatized person, and the dangerous aspect of her personality shows when she doesn't get what she wants, and she doesn't realize that she's become this dangerous person. I don't think of it as a dual personality at all. I just think it's just a different aspect of who she is.
And Diana, is it true that when you were 13, you watched the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which Juliette's in, and that inspired you to become an actor?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So there's just something, that movie is just, it's really special to me. I was going through my I am in love with Leonardo DiCaprio phase, as most 13-year-old girls do, and my mom was like, well, you have to see this movie. I mean, it's when he was just starting out, I know he's been doing it for a long time, but she was he was super young and just really, really good. And something just about Juliette's character, honestly, in particular, that the way she was so kind to Arnie and just so lovely and effervescent. I was so taken by her in that movie, and I was like, I want to do this too. So how full circle,
That's
you know?
sweet.
To,
Yeah.
like,
Crazy how
come
things
back
work
around.
out in the
It
world,
was
isn't
really
it?
special when
Yeah.
she shared that with me, and then
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I have a secret.
In America, there seems to be a rite of passage for teenagers to experiment with drinking alcohol.
No.
America? No way.
Yeah! Woo!
Do you think there's much to learn or warn teenagers about in this movie?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Everything
I-
stranger danger, like
Yeah, and I've been saying this. If anything, this will act as like a teens drinking PSA. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just be careful, like if you're gonna do it, but like don't do it.
Yeah.
you
But
know?
still maybe do it, you know.
still maybe have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, but think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But not
Be
too long.
smart about
Yeah.
it.
what I loved seeing, because I haven't seen it this often, but the sketchy adult figure who's the one who's gonna get the alcohol, because I knew that
Like
type
that
of
older brother, and you're like,
person.
why is like your 28-year-old brother buying us booze and then hanging out with us?
Yeah.
Like, that's a little weird.
So I think the lesson is like, that's not so cool. That's a red flag. And also, we've just been saying, you just gotta think of consequences. Actions
Yeah.
have consequences. What you say to people could have a deeper meaning.
What you even post on social media has a
Yeah.
consequence, you know? Don't like share your location. I don't know.
The movie is a mixture of genres, so not only is it a horror and psychological thriller, there are elements of humor. So how do you walk that fine line with balancing horror and humor?
Well, I think life is this precarious little drama, horror. You know, at any point of the day, you know, or any point of a week, you know, when you walk home and your house is too dark, it feels like a horror film. You know, you fall down and you're in pain and you start laughing because you fell down. So that's what life is, and that's what I love about my relationship with Tate. I literally try to make sure that I'm laughing 50% of my day. 50%. So that's our relationship, and I'm glad that it's kind of portrayed in the film.
So there's a lot of parties at Ma's house. So my question to you guys is, what do you prefer and why? A, go out and party, or B, have a night in?
I'm all about a night in.
What?
I'm
Yeah.
about a
That
night
is
in as-
shocking.
yeah.
You're lying.
No,
Are you joking?
No, I don't go out and party. Like I
doesn't
like going to
though,
like
really.
comedy shows, but like I like chilling in. I don't really like, go out that much.
Go out and party. I'll go out and party.
No, I'm in.
I'm a night in as well.
Yeah, I'm going out.
Yeah.
So Dante's out on his own.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
going out.
Yeah,
I
you'd have
hate
dragged
going
those three out with you.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
going out,
I
yeah,
hate
I'm
it. My
dragging them.
wildest nights are like my friends come over and we play games and drink wine. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
And boy, can McKaley drink wine.
I'm legal, so it's fine.
Well, in the movie, Ma isn't your typical villain. She's quite complex, and at times you even find yourself like empathizing with her.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Well, I think this movie does such a good job of building the backstory, or showing you in flashback, you know, the trauma that she was faced with, and with my character, that she was a follower of something that was so awful, a bullying incident. But I just love all of that Octavia gives us, and being weird and
Kooky.
mean and kooky, funny, manipulative.
But deeply hurt, you know, and
Yeah.
and it all comes from that place of trauma, and it's just incredible how Octavia is able to show us all of that.
So I love the robot dance in the film, and online there are so many comments by fans just from watching the trailer where they say they want more of it. So I have to ask you, was that in the script or did you improvise that?
No, that was all Tate. Tate, well, Sue Ann is trapped, and when she was a teenager, the robot was in, and the sprinkler dance and all these other crazy things that she's doing, all those dances were in. So Tate wanted to make sure that we kept the integrity of who she was as a person, and the fact that she is trapped. And I will say that I'm a much better dancer than Sue Ann.
Well, I want to party with you then. In the movie, there are a lot of parties at Ma's house. So my question to you guys is, what do you prefer and why? A, go out to a party, or B, have a night in?
Oh, I'm a night in.
We're so night in people.
Yeah, no, I'm like night in. I have my like soft rock playlist ready to go. You know, bubble bath.
Night in or a great rock concert.
Yeah,
that's what we bonded
yeah,
on. You
exactly.
know, the Eagles, Doobie Brothers.
Like you won't find
Fleetwood
me.
Mac. This is yeah.
You won't find me at the club and you won't find me at a bar, but you'll find me at like the Forum. You know.
Yeah.
Why do you think horror movies are having such a big resurgence at the box office?
Just because they can push the limits, you know. I think they can say more than a normal comedy or drama can really do, because it's more like intense, and then it's like, this is what you need to stop doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's scaring people into talking into conversations.
Right.
So I think that's why it's so big. It's who doesn't want to be scared?
And it's an escape
Yeah.
for an hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
They're already scared out in public. They're just like, just maybe forget.
Right. That's true. I was also gonna say, like, I think Blumhouse is also like a really big proponent in that, because they are pushing the limits and like giving lots of filmmakers chances that wouldn't necessarily like get another chance.
Yeah,
So I think
they're
they
doing a lot of stuff.
they have a big play in that as well.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's so awesome to like be a part of that.
Yeah.
Jason Blum. He reinvigorated the genre by, bringing great stories and great storytellers to the genre. I'll just say 2 words, Jason Blum. That's easy.
I can't put my finger on.
I feel like it's just this like fresh, intelligent, twist of flipping a genre on its head. You know, I mean, I think Get Out really changed the game, and it's like, oh wow, you can do that. You know, you can do whatever you want.
Deep works of art in the horror genre, and you wouldn't always think that, but that's how it originated. Even with Psycho, The Shining, we sort of love the same horror movies.
You know, yeah.
And finally, talking about scaring, because this movie is about has a lot of scares in it. What scares you in real life?
I'm heights, like drops on roller coasters. I can't do it. Can't do it. I can't.
Spiders and snakes are really rough for me.
Earlier I answered death, and I have not heard the end of it, so I'm not going to answer death this time. I'm going to say spiders, but death really scares me. Murder. Go ahead, Johnny.
I said open water because that really scares, that's like freaky to me. You know what I mean? Like sharks and all that stuff. That's not my thing.
We're going on a cruise.
Yeah.
And in this movie, there are quite a few scares. So what scares you?
I will never tell anybody what scares me, because, somebody will think it's a great joke and get themselves severely hurt by scaring me with what scares me. So I think we'll let that be a secret.
Okay, we'll keep that under wraps.
Yeah, under wraps.
Yes. Well, what are you excited for fans to see with this movie?
I am excited for fans to just go on this wildly fantastic ride, but I do see it as a cautionary tale. So after you go on this wild and very disturbing ride, I hope you have the very meaningful conversations that need to be had, especially if you're a parent of teenagers. There are a lot of conversations that need to be had.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you so much for talking to HeyUGuys. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching HeyUGuys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey, you guys!